At the time of this recording, both Ryan and I were able to make it to Ghost in Vancouver. We got to see a full show. We're both still kind of speechless and just still processing it. Ryan is unable to be here for this, but it actually works out well because, I mean, Ryan has a lot to say, but he's very animated and excited about everything. And so this gives both of us a chance to really dive in and say what we think. Not that we wouldn't with Ryan, but Ryan sometimes has a lot more to say. So it gives us some breathing space, just a little. Yeah, there you go. That's the word I was dancing around. Fanboy.
I was gonna say he's still very excited, ghost-gasming and all that.
Yes, he is. Yes. Right here, right now, the track listing that I have in front of me is Kaisarion, Rats, Faith, Spillways, and Cirice for this part 1. You ready to get into this?
Yes. I'm just curious, do we listen to what? Because I've only heard these songs audibly. Do I give the letter grade now and then we watch a video and then we decide?
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know what we're going to see as far as footage. So since I don't know when the song will start, let's start with Kaisarion.
I gave it an A with just listening to it on the playlist that Ryan sent to me.
All right. So you're giving it an A?
It has an A standing right now. So with the viewing of the live performance or whatever we're going to watch right now, that is subject to change, either going up or down.
Yeah. And I'm going off of the tour that I just watched. They started with Peacefield, and I don't know if you're familiar with that one from Ghost.
No, I haven't heard that song yet.
Oh, it's so good. It was my favorite way to start a show with a song. Like, it was so good. This will be a different starting, but I'm curious to see how this sets the tone.
Oh, shit.
Lots of humor, I'm sure, as they're known for. Popcorn cinematic.
The great beyond, the infinite darkness of the universe with all its secrets unknown to mankind. The concept of eternity, or the risk of oneself not being able to experience it, is something most of us here on Earth grapple with from time to time. This story takes place one night in September 2023 when rock singer and estradeur Papa Emeritus IV, also known as Cardinal Copia, simplified within the clergy as Cardi, has been touring with Ghost for 5 years. 2 album cycles, which is double what any of his predecessors were allowed. As his numeral name implies, he should be the 4th in a row of Emerituses, but he's technically the 5th Papa since his father, Papa Nil meaning 0, was the first one. To make things even cozier, the Mother Superior of the Ghost clergy, whose name is Sister Imperator, is Cardi's actual mother. However, due to undisclosed circumstances in this particular story, little Cardi wasn't aware of their family ties until quite recently. This may sound tragic, and maybe it is, but we'll just have to tell that story at some other time. Anyway, lately, there's been a lot of talk, or let's say insinuations, about death within the clergy, and little Cardi doesn't like that one bit. Any notion of his time ending or someone passing away has been a trigger for him. His mind searching for ways to circumvent an untimely ending of his time in the limelight. You see, Cardi feels that since he is not only young, well, sort of, and able enough to carry on as the focal point of Ghost at least a few more album cycles, Cardi feels that he is a better entertainer than the previous Papas, and therefore he should simply be able to remain in his position and not have to face the same fate as all the Papas before him. Cardi has no interest in being taxidermically propped up in a plexiglass coffin to be displayed before the Ghost fans before they get the pleasure of seeing and hearing some new Papa frolicking around on stage. Cardi doesn't want to end this tour, simply because it might result in his ultimate and premature demise, his death. However, this is not a tale about death, but one of life, and Cardi is about to learn that the hard way. The show is just about to start, so here we go, people.
I'm really glad that everyone was very patient with us in going through all the chapters, because the chapters that we watched prior to this explain a lot of what that dialogue just said. Oh, look, that guy's got a little plush doll. Did I show my plush doll that I got?
No, let me see it. I heard you guys got merch. I've never seen this, but this is the first time I kind of understood the Papa story. You guys referenced it when we covered that song that dropped on Friday the 13th, but I didn't totally understand the Papa thing, and that encapsulated it very succinctly and well.
Okay. That we got to see was he's Papa Perpetua. So he's the next iteration of the Papas. It's all Tobias, obviously. It's his own lore. Okay, I'll go get the plush doll.
Okay. Hi, guys. I wrote immediately it went from an A to an A+. But the fact that the song started with a story and he explained, it was so funny when he explained Papa Nil. Nil means 0, so it doesn't count.
So this is Papa Perpetua.
Ooh, I love Papa Perpetua.
He's got his little trinket. I don't even know what that is yet. I'm sure someone will tell me. His little Pope hat. As far as this goes, you ready for the song? Here we go.
Yes, let's go.
Okay. We did tell you that there are no cell phones allowed in
Yes, I remember.
Ghost concerts. Okay.
I was like, take pictures. Or I said, can you guys take pictures? And they were like, yeah, there's no cameras. I think that makes it much cooler, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I do really like this Papa.
So cute.
Oh. They did the same thing at our concert.
Really?
It's similar.
We're building our empire from the ashes of an old Kaisarion, the fruit of the womb. Our brotherhood of good faith sealed in a passage which is due. It's the sound of another deadline whistling past your ears. It's the sight of a million regrets mounting over years. It's the words that were never spoken that echoes through the times. It's the smell of the burning temple swept away by rhymes. Keep the teeth far away from the stench of the heavens. Keep the teeth long ago yet too close to forever. Keep the teeth where the paradise is and throw your holy rocks right at her for her satanic wiles. Is the truth of candor shown through a prism of deceit? Is the continence of bishops with their choir boys on sweet? Is the tongue sullied adulation that leads to no avail? Is the noise of the righteous dogma that hides the ending's tale? Far away from the stench of the heavens, long ago yet too close to forever. When a paradise is lost, go straight to
Yeah, there's all these little pet peeves.
Hello. Hello.
It's the sound of another deadline whistling past your ears. It's the sight of a million regrets mounting over years. It's the words that were never spoken that echoes through the times. It's the smell of the burning temple swept away by rhymes. It's the truth of candor shown through a prism of deceit. It's the continents of bishops with their choir boys on sweet. It's the tongue sullied adulation that leads to no avail. It's the noise of the righteous dogma that hides the ending's tale. Far away from the stench of the heavens, long ago yet too close to forever. When a paradise is lost, go straight to far away from the stench of the heavens, long ago yet too close to forever. When a paradise is lost, go straight to California. Are you men
Is he at the Hollywood Bowl?
or are you?
Okay.
Okay. Wow. So immediately already I went from an A to an A plus. I wonder if he's at the bowl though. I would imagine that's where he'd be, at the bowl. I'm sure he's played there. So my original with just my notes from before with just listening to it, I said
Yeah.
strong, open, high energy, and has a melodic trance or something like this. I wrote, I love the happy, upbeat start. The beginning to me felt like a rush of bright. It felt like a rush. I felt it in my heart, but then it felt like a theatrical kind of a ride of energy. It was strangely uplifting, but also not dramatic. The vocals feel urgent, yet melodic, almost celebratory. I immediately felt swept into something powerful and rebellious at the same time. So that was, I gave it an A, and that's when I just listened to it, and I gave it an A, which has been bumped up to an A plus. So when I watched the video and the song grabbed my heart immediately. So cool, the lights and the energy. You stopped it at one point. I think it's very important that they don't allow cell phones, because I bet you anything, and they're called rituals, right? It like contains the energy more. People aren't like looking at their phones, taking pictures, taking videos, texting people, blah, blah, right? I mean, maybe you can text, but the not having like everyone taking videos, I think probably changes the energy of a place. I said probably because cell phones are not allowed. The chorus was amazing. And I just wrote, he's a genius. The way that he embodies Papa, as well as like holds his tone, holds his presence. And he's just such a natural, fantastic performer.
Oh, well said. I just experienced, obviously, the concert and watched Peacefield as the opener instead of Kaisarion. Now, obviously, Peacefield didn't exist. That's from the new album. But as far as a choice for a starter song, I think this one really sets the tone well. I think it starts very, like you said, very energetic, very, we're
Well, it
here
starts
to
kind
do
of
business.
sweet, and then it gets
Yeah,
the build
we're here
up.
to get this going, and it moves really fast. So it's the right song to get things started. That dropping of the curtain was a thing at our concert. Different circumstances. It was this big black curtain, and I didn't know what to expect. I was kind of like, do they do it all behind the curtain the whole time or what? And then when it dropped, I was like, oh, okay. I'm glad I didn't know that. When it dropped, I was like, oh, that's really cool effect. I
It's
find
been amazing
this,
in real life.
yeah, this particular song's not on one of the my playlist of songs that I like to listen to, but watching it live elevates it, I'd say 10 times more than the actual track on the album. So great song to start with. Now the next one, Rats, before we hit it, what did you give Rats as a grade from listening to the track?
So Rats I gave an A+. So it can't really
Oh.
go higher. I just love this song. But I guess we could do an A++, but Rats I really loved, and I'll tell you why.
Oh, Ryan is here. Okay,
Hi Ryan, we miss
he's
you.
cheating. He's listening in the background. Okay, here we go.
Spreading disease, this wretch that you can do about the fucking rats.
That's so cool.
So cool. The cat man?
Okay.
I had that song in my head for a few days. So it wasn't A plus to begin with. We're gonna make it an A plus plus. I don't foresee any of these songs being downgraded after the performance, just FYI. But like the way he's like rats, that was like in my head. I wrote like earworm. That's so funny. They're in LA. I keep wanting to see if they're at the Hollywood Bowl, but maybe they're there's a bunch of places here that they could be. But that was like that's a perfect song for LA. I said again, a great and happy upbeat start. At first, it started as like a B plus A because it was a little hard for me. But then when I started listening to it, it went to an A plus, especially because of the chorus and that guitar part in the middle, the solo. Although this one feels darker, it felt like seductive. Like I felt drawn into it. I don't remember if on the playlist that Ryan sent me, he's so strong in the like rats. That was so fucking cool. It's like playful within the vibe that I felt, or the theme that I would take away. There's like playfulness within menace. Rats are not cool things. They're rodents and cool. I love all animals, but there's a playfulness in here. There's I guess a dichotomy of the message. So it's like a playful message within like a menacing concept. The lyrics feel ominous, but I found myself moving and dancing. It's a bit infectious. I thought it was tight, immediately memorable, excellent balance of theatrical feeling of the song. Like you can hear him, but the balance of like the hook, rats. And I was saying rats in my head for like 2 days.
I suspect when Tobias wrote this song, he was like, how do I get a song where I get to go rats?
I know.
It's like the chorus. I wonder if he started with that and then kind of worked backwards. And then
that's
created
so
the rest
funny. I could like from the little I've like learned from you guys, I could totally see him doing that, and because he's such a genius, getting it done.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know the actual story of the
Good
song.
theory.
Listening to this song just straight out without the performance, it's never been one that I'm that excited about. And I know some people are like, "What?" That's just how I've always approached this one. But then both at the concert and then watching it here confirms it. That it's just such a fun song for a live venue. It just works really well as a one that the crowd gets all involved in, and then that dun, 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 like that little thing at the end that they do with all three of them. You can't help but bang your head to it. It's a great headbanging fun, but also like you say, it's got that dichotomy. I love that you said that. Is it fun? Is it serious? What is the actual message here? Well said.
But I think that he plays that very well in most of the performance I've seen so far, Tobias. First of all, I love his Swedish accent when he says, Los Angeles. He goes, whatever you want. You can't do anything about the rats, Los Angeles. He's so cute.
Yeah. Like I've always thought it's ironic that no one says, other than if you're Latino, Los Angeles, because it's a Spanish word. It's the angels. Everyone just says Los Angeles. Jaluz. And so him saying Los Angeles is very, I think he's like poking fun. Next one is Faith.
My grade was a B plus.
B plus? Okay, interesting. All right. Well, Faith, let's watch Faith live.
every
go ahead.
performance, and I am slowly falling in love with Papa in general, so that is a thing, is making it obviously go up. So that went to an A plus from a B. I remember when I listened to this like last week, it felt just a little more heavy and less fun, or let's see what I wrote. Faith B. Heavy and confident, but slightly less layered emotionally than the other songs felt. Faith feels aggressive, especially. And then I remembered, you know, that part when he's like, I am all eyes. When
Mhm.
he's like that, I think I was
Mhm.
like, leave me alone. Like I felt kind of like invasive or something because I was just listening to the, you know, what
Mm.
Brian sent me. It has that bold, obviously everything is amazing, that attitude that feels, but it also felt a little confrontational, but powerful. Everything is powerful. But when you see him, even in this, I don't know if I feel like he's having as much fun as the last two that we saw. Maybe he is, right? It's just a different
Mhm.
genre of it for him. It was daring me to challenge something. That's what I wrote for my notes. And then today, obviously, went up to an A plus. I think just they're amazing. Their videos and their performing, and just Papa. He's just like slowly making his way into my heart. I just love the shots of the silhouettes, how they started. I always love his costumes and how he presents himself. It all just seems so natural to him, but it's so fantastic. And I laughed at how that deep voice kind of like bothered me when I first heard it.
This is actually one of my favorite songs from Ghost. I lament that we didn't get this one in our concert set because I'm such a fan of that chord progression, the do 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 do. Like it just, the unique structure of that is not something I think I can really replicate anywhere else. In my head, I don't know. I mean, there's probably lots of comparison. One of the things that occurred to me as I was preparing for the concert was I think one of the influences on Tobias's music has got to be Alice in Chains. There, because there's a couple of times when it just feels like an Alice in Chains song almost, and even sometimes with the layered harmonies with the female voice. One of my favorite parts is it's in the chorus. Oh, I was going to remember it and I forgot it. Anyway, you can hear there's this really high. One of the ghoulettes is singing really, really high. Oh, I forgot about that. Okay, Ryan knows all these things. It's about one of his former bandmates who sued him. Songs that I missed out on at the concert, that was one that I was really hoping would be there. Obviously, you know, it's fine. We had a fantastic concert without it, but I really like this song. It's one of my favorites.
Maybe that's why it does feel heavy, because that sounds like a very heavy situation. One of his former bandmates that left him, or that they split up and not amicably.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be the source of it, right? Spillwaga.
Well, I
No.
gave it an A, B, and then I gave it an A minus. So I think we're going to
Oh.
stick with A minus or A, B, but we know it's going to go up probably. It could go down. It could go down.
Maybe I've heard it before. I just don't remember it, but I can't remember hearing that title before. So did you type Spillwags or Spillwaga?
Oh, it's Spillwags. Sorry.
Spillawags. Okay, sorry. I'm reading Ashley's typing Spillawags. I still don't remember. It still doesn't sound familiar to me.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. A good point. This is Ryan. Had we heard this at our show, we wouldn't have had Call Me Sunshine. Oh, yes. And that is my favorite track. That was
Oh, really? I have that in my
song.
notes.
Yeah. You don't like that song?
No, I love it. It's in my notes,
okay.
I'm saying, but it's not for tonight. I think it's for
I
tomorrow.
was like, get out of here. No,
No, I love that song. People call me Sunshine.
Spillway
too.
is the name of it. It's Spillway.
Good evening, Los Angeles! How are you feeling?
Oh, wait. I have heard this song. Yes, I've heard this song.
Let me hear you say, yeah! Yeah! Yes, sir, Eva! I didn't have to say that. But how's that for a Tuesday evening, huh? Yeah, can we, you know what? I like Fridays way better. Don't you? Can we just pretend that it's Friday tonight instead? Let me hear you say, yeah! What day is it today?
Friday.
There you go. Are you ready to rock? Fuck yeah, you are. All right.
Well, luckily we have some rockin' tunes, and now we're gonna play one from our latest album. This is called Spillways.
Yes, of course I know this one.
Through benediction, you try to rid your mind of malediction. But through all this time, you try to peel it off, and it's such a ride. Your desolation led you into this foul incarnation of consummated bliss. I know you need it now to make you feel alive. All your faith, all your rage, all your pain, it ain't over now. And I ain't talking about forgiveness. All your faith, all your rage, all your pain, it ain't over now. It's the cruel beast that you feed. It's your burning, yearning need to bleed through the spillways. You keep a casket buried deep within, you try to mask it, but fall back in sin. You try to push it off, but you're stuck inside. With swift racks of skin and spine, you mendicate corpus state, terminally dispelled. And it's such a ride. All your faith, all your rage, all your pain, it ain't over now. And I ain't talking about forgiveness. All your faith, all your rage, all your pain, it ain't over now. It's the cruel beast that you feed. It's your burning, yearning need to bleed through the spillways. Through the spillways of your soul. Through the spillways. Through the spillways. It's the cruel beast that you feed. It's your burning, yearning need to bleed through the spillways. Through the spillways of your soul. Through the spillways. Through the spillways of your soul. Through the spillways. Through the spillways of your soul. Through the spillways. Through the spillways of your soul.
So we have moved to an A
Yeah.
plus. I think I was right. Spillways. Oh, I wrote spillwags. Sorry.
I was thrown off by it, but it's okay. We're on track now.
Drums. I wrote the first thing I wrote was drums, the tune. This track feels unexpectedly emotional sometimes. It felt unexpectedly emotional sometimes for me. It reminds me of a classic like arena rock song, just
Mhm.
listening to it. Very passionate and dramatic and almost like in a nostalgic way. I've heard this in a few of his songs, their songs, Ghost songs, Tobias' songs, Papa songs. This kind of vibe, it's very subtle of like the 80s or something like that, like 80s
Mhm.
rock sort of. I felt such a swell of emotion with the chorus. Very replayable, very replayable. But it was just awesome
Yeah.
to see live.
I was like wrestling with the title. I was like, no, I don't know if I know it. And then when I
So
realized it's
actually typo.
Spillways, well, I was listening to this on the way to meet up with Ryan. I went through the playlist that he gave me, and I believe this was on the playlist. I just realized, I was like, oh, I'm looking forward to this song. And it was one of the songs that wasn't at our concert. There's another one that I wish was there. You mean, obviously, you got to like move one song over so that it makes room for another. But
Sure.
I really like this song too. I almost feel like this one could be an easy opener track as well. Like you could
Mhm.
start the concert with a song like that. It does feel very positive and very like you
Mhm.
said, really a lot of great 80s vibes. They're really like upbeat. I like that it kind of changes for the chorus. It kind of changes. I think it goes up an octave, or not an octave. It changes like a key change. Changes keys for the
I
chorus.
think you're right. Up, yeah. Na na na
Yeah.
na 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 na.
Yeah, it's kind of a little bit. It's like almost like it goes from a minor tune to a major, or minor to a major key. Feels like it shifts. I love that song. As far as like so far of the songs that we've listened to, so we've got 4 so far. What's your favorite up to this
Kaisarion, I
point?
think. I mean, I love
Kaisarion.
Rats, but
Yeah.
Kaisarion is the one I'd probably listen to the most out of the. Have we done 3? No, we've done 4
done
out of the 4
4.
tonight. I think Ryan sent me the playlist, I want to say almost 2 weeks ago. So
Mhm.
I got on it pretty quickly. So some of the songs, it was just like, it just felt kind of like, okay, I'm going to write down what I noticed. And then I went back and listened, but getting to know, like you guys said, like the lore of them and seeing the song they dropped on Friday the 13th, that I was like listening to them all weekend, by the way. I was thinking about you guys when you're at the concert, so I'm seeing them in a different light, if that makes sense, tonight as
yeah.
well, from like when
Yeah.
I wrote these notes.
Makes sense. Okay, last one tonight is going to be
Cirice.
Cirice.
So it got an A+.
A+. Okay, right out of the gate,
But
A+.
plus is on the menu. We can just say it got an A if that makes it more exciting. They're great.
It's
Like,
so
I'm
good to
really
be
falling in
honest.
love with them. I haven't really gotten into a band like this in a long time.
You're not alone. There's lots of people who are just realizing how great Ghost is.
You know,
I
I
have
was
a
at a
little story.
barbecue on Saturday. Can I tell you a quick story?
Oh yeah,
And
absolutely.
I was singing Mary. Wait, hold on. Now because we just heard a song. No, Mariana. And this guy, I'm not joking. So I played the song for everyone at the barbecue. And
Yeah.
I kept singing it even like 20 minutes after the song was over and they were playing other music. And this guy
Yeah.
comes up to me. think he was like a little drunk because Ashley, I don't think that song is like a happy song. I think it's like about like negative things. I was like, shut up. So go eat your steak or whatever. Like, I don't even know who you are. He's like, I don't think that's like, isn't it talking about Mother Mary on the cross? I was like, dude, just mind your business.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But people just try to be negative, but I was like just singing it and like making like vegetable skewers on the grill or whatever. And he's like, and I was just like, Mariana. And he was like, actually, I don't think that song is like positive. I don't think it's like about like positive things. I was like, do you know anything about Ghost, by the way? Like Mother Mary is not, I mean, that can be a subject somebody could argue is not super positive or whatever. You know, she didn't have a great situation. It was a long time ago, but like, let me sing my song and cook the vegetables, you know?
So much of Ghost is poking fun at people's like strange obsession with Catholicism.
Such a good point.
Yeah.
I was like, why are you triggered about me? Like, because I wasn't even singing like the part about Mary on the cross. You know what I mean? I was like, Mariana. Like just kind of like jamming. And I was like, you're triggered. Someone's triggered.
The idea that people are negatively triggered. You're not singing something that's positive and it's making me say negative things about the thing that you're happy about. It's like, wait, shouldn't it?
It's more of a you thing, buddy.
Yeah. Just hang on to that on your own there, bud. Yeah.
Like I'm having the best time, like switching over the vegetable skewer things, like kebabs.
Cirice. That's how to pronounce this next part. Cirice, not Cersei.
Oh,
Cirice.
I keep wanting. I just immediately go to the Game of Thrones, and even though Ryan told us no, it's not spelled like that. That's not how you say it. Cirice. Okay,
Cirice.
I'm gonna write that.
All right, here we go.
Oh yeah, I said A+. We'll call it an A.
Okay.
Thank you. Well, this is going great now, isn't it? This is going great now, isn't it?
What?
It is going great now. In it.
In it.
In it. What?
Oh my God. I'm coming over.
They still say in England, I think.
Arched,
Ryan.
we're doing great now, are we not?
Yes, you're doing great.
Thank you. Yeah. There. Just wanted to hear that. You know, I can't really get it. Why something that's going this well cannot go on for a longer period of time. You know, for almost forever.
Look, go out there and do your show.
Well,
Sooner or later, you will have an aha moment.
I hope so. I love aha. Thanks for the pep.
I love aha.
I love that.
Oh,
There you are.
that's his father.
Nice time to show up. You're his father. Speak to him.
It wasn't my idea.
Is that Papa Mill?
Yeah.
I feel your presence amongst us. You cannot hide in the darkness. Can you hear the rumble? Can you hear the rumble that's calling? I know your soul is not tainted, even though you've been told so. Can you hear the rumble? Hey! Can you hear the rumble that's calling? I can feel the thunder that's breaking in your heart. I can see through the scars inside you. I can feel the thunder that's breaking in your heart. I can see through the scars inside you. A candle casting a faint glow. You and I see eye to eye. Can you hear the thunder? Can you hear the thunder that's breaking? Now there is nothing between us. From now our merge is eternal. Can't you see that you're lost? Can't you see that you're lost without me? I can feel the thunder that's breaking in your heart. I can see through the scars inside you. I can feel the thunder that's breaking in your heart. I can see through the scars inside you. Can't you see that you're lost without me? I can feel the legs breaking in your heart. I can see through the scars inside you. I can feel the legs breaking in your heart. I can see through the scars inside you. I can feel the
What the fog? It's fogging everywhere.
Yes. Sure is.
At the beginning, it's Brian said Old English, but they like one of my best friends lives in England, so in it is isn't it? But
Yeah.
that was very funny how he did that. They're like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" He's like, "It's a great, what do you say? Great night, isn't it?" And they're
Isn't
like,
it?
"What? Is it not?"
Yeah.
How do we pronounce it again? Not Cirice.
Cirice, yeah.
Cirice. So it went from
Cirice.
A to an A plus. What I had before when I just listened to it before seeing it and before like falling fully in love with this band, the atmosphere it felt hypnotic to me. And it had this like emotional tone as well. It would depend on the mood. So you asked me which my favorite. If I was in one mood, it would be this one. And then most other moods, like if I wanted to be nostalgic, I would listen to this one. And otherwise, Kaisarion, if I had to choose. I thought it was one of the more compelling builds that they had in terms of how they built up to the song. For me, the song felt intimate and slightly mesmerizing and hypnotic. The slow build made me lean in. Like I felt like he was telling me a secret sometimes or confiding. Like there was a message that felt like it was something in confidence, something dark and secretive. There's a sensual tension that I felt to it. Underneath that, it made it like lingered in my mind. Like I was like, no, 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 right? And then for tonight, what did I write? I just thought it was very funny, the in it part. And I wrote genius again.
Oh. Okay, well, people are going to disagree with me on this one. This is actually one of my least favorite songs.
The two that I love the most are like the two that you didn't really like or like weren't your favorite.
The first one I really liked. And I've listened to it multiple times, and I keep on really trying to like it's catchy, and I get that there's a whole lore with it. And Charles is saying this is their Grammy song. Okay, so this is the one that they won a Grammy from.
Oh. The Grammys or the Grammys?
The Grammys, sorry. Other than the solo, because the solo is like out of this world. I love the solo, really saves the song, in my opinion. Once they get to that solo, it's just it's an emotional solo. Just the way that it plays out, it just it kicks so well. It's maybe it's the repetitiveness of can you hear the thunder? It just is. It doesn't really catch me in a way that the other songs have. So yeah, maybe more listens will get it, but I'm not as big a fan of that song as the other ones. We'll see. Maybe time will tell.
I love that there's so many different. They don't have like such a wide range, but wide range enough that there are songs that like Ryan loves that I don't love that you love, and that you don't love that I love that Ryan like is okay with. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's really cool.
And that's our part one, and we're gonna do this in multiple parts.
Yes.
But
so I guess 5 songs at a time makes sense. I think, right?
Yeah, I think that works.
I just think they're so incredible. I'm so glad you guys introduced me to them.
When I was on my way from the airport, sitting in the car, telling the Uber driver where I had been, and he'd never heard a Ghost. So I was like, well, he's like, well, let me put some music on so I can hear some of their stuff. And I had him play Peacefield. I watched him turn from kind of like, yeah, whatever, this rock band. I watched him turn from kind of whatever to like, oh, this is good. And he's like, and then so I see him like save it to his like phone.
Oh,
right?
cool.
he wasn't just giving me like lip service, because as soon as he drove away, he was still listening to it.
Yeah, he
Right.
wasn't just like, I'm trying to make my customer happy, whatever. Like he got
Yeah,
into
yeah.
it. That's
So I thought that
awesome.
was kind of cool.
So you played the
Um,
perfect first song for him, for sure.
Yeah. So that's part 1, and part 2 will drop on YouTube sometime soon. But until then, we'll see you on the next one.